Hello and welcome. You are watching India Today and I am Piyush Mishra. Modi government has completed 11 years in its office and we are also seeing as to how it is being celebrated across the country. But Modi 3.0 has completed 1 year, and in the last 1 year this government has enjoyed a lot of support from its allied partners including JDU and TDP. Today we have with us a very special guest, Union MOS P. Chandra, and remember that he is TDP MP from Guntur, and his party has extended complete support to Modi government in various initiatives which the government has taken in the last 1 year. So welcome to India Today. You have completed 1 year in the office. How has been your experience?
It's been a great experience. I stayed in United States for 25 years.
Yep.
I came back to serve my country, and it's a proud moment for finishing 1 year, and I am quite happy and proud that I have accomplished quite a bit as well in this last 1 year.
What is the difference working as minister and leading a normal life in US?
Leading a life in US is a little bit different, more organized, whereas working as a minister, you have to wear so many hats. You have your constituency, you have your own party, their own responsibilities, and now I have two large ministries. I have two cabinet ministers, and then Modi ji programs. So all in all, there are so many activities you have to juggle through. But overall, it's a very interesting experience.
Sir, you are also holding a very important portfolio, Minister of Communications. What is the biggest achievement of your ministry in this last 1 year?
Actually, there were quite a few. I would say in Telecom particularly, we have installed close to 100,000 4G towers for bsnl, which was around 9 to 10,000 towers every month. And then we have saturated with 4G towers in all rural and remote areas. That's also close to 13,000 towers. These are the towers that are difficult to reach. So we coordinated with all the departments, all the machinery, and were able to successfully implement all of these. So this didn't happen by chance. It was a lot of hard work, every week follow-ups, continuous coordination. So those are the couple things, and there are quite a few. In postal department also, we have completely revamped how the department culture is, and we implemented some innovative programs like digipin.
Yes.
Those kind of stuff.
So you just spoke about the digipin also, sir. How different this initiative would be from the live location or the current location one sends to a person, be it about Google or some other maps we are talking about?
So see, so far in India, what we have is pin code. Pin code has a much larger geographic area.
Yes, sir.
Whereas digipin is like a micro pin code. So it takes a small square meter of area, and this is a static and the address standardization. Whereas if you take Google Live, it's not address standardization, it's a moving target. So with this digipin, you will have an address standardization, and it makes whether delivery of the goods or providing government services during disasters, everything much more intuitive and easy.
So when can we expect this to become reality?
So we have completed the pilot study. Now we have launched for public. Actually, there is a huge response. More than 30 lakh people have retrieved their own digipin. I think within the next 6 months to an year, you will see a full picture.
So which means that next time if I order for something, using that particular digipin, a person can reach to my residence, to my location easily?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Sir, you spoke about the rollout of various, a lot of things in telecom sector. One thing which actually concerns the common man is about the call drops, spam calls, and a lot of things. What is the government doing on that?
So these are two issues. One is quality of service, call drops. Second is spam and fraud calls.
Yes, sir.
Quality of service, see, especially me and Sindhya ji came. After we came, we took both of these issues very seriously. Historically, the way TRAI measured the quality of service was a little bit different. So if you take the tower, there is a BTS, and within that there are 12 cells. We used to monitor at the BTS level, but now we are monitoring at each cell level. That's number one. Number two, how you define the quality of service. Historically used to be lumped between 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, all of them were lumped. Now each one is getting different monitoring level. And number 3, earlier if there is an outage, there was no standardization to report. Now if any area outage is more than 4 hours, they have to mandatory to report to regulators. So these are some of the quality metrics. Second, there were accountability issues earlier, but not as much as now. Now we are making sure these accountability or the penalties will be much higher and they are practically implementable. So that is the discussion that's going on. So that is when it comes to quality of service. It's actually quite a bit change. This is in fact is going to cause a lot of capex on the telecom operators. Despite that, this is important, needed, so we have gone ahead with that. Second is spam calls and fraud calls. Again, there are multiple reasons why they happen. We built multiple systems. One, you see Sanchar Saathi app. This is a holistic app. This citizens can report all the fraud numbers, spam numbers. They can identify their lost or stolen phones. They can retrieve them. So like that is one platform. Second, there is a digital intelligence platform that we built. This gets data from 600 organizations across all the financial institutions, and it talks to all the law enforcement agencies and all that stuff. So data shares, that's number 2. And number 3, we launched a new thing called financial fraud risk estimator or imitator. This one identify the calls that are coming from. If they have a high risk of fraud, automatically the bank transaction will be stopped at that time.
Okay.
So this is a proactive measure. This is a new thing. So like this, there are multiple things we have been doing.
So you are considering to bring this up, or it is?
Yes, it's already in the pilot stages. So this is a FRI.
Okay.
So these are multiple factors, but you know it's a continuous process. Spam and fraud, these people will continuously evolve as well as we do.
And sir, also there are few telecom providers who are claiming that according to the AI which they are using, and if any message a person receives, so he or she, whenever they click on that particular message, that will be stopped and fraud will not happen. Do you think that it is feasible and it is actually going to help the people?
See, I mean, earlier also when you get a text message, you have these links. When you click, it will go there.
Right.
Now we have requested them, this is the 4th one actually, what we requested them, all these links must be whitelisted. They cannot send anything that they want, otherwise it will be blocked.
Okay.
So in the message itself, they will not be able to click that, and even message would not send with the fraudulent links.
Also, we have seen few messages on social media where it claims that a picture will come on your WhatsApp, and if you click that and if you save that, then all your account details, all your transactions, that will be accessed by the fraudsters. Is it actually happening? And if it is happening, then what is the government doing to address this?
So that's another one. Like these are OTT platforms.
Right.
Right. Now, regular SMS is one thing, and these private, either WhatsApp and other stuff. These, we have to be careful on how much we restrict these private platforms, right? These we have to balance both innovation at the same time safeguarding the fraud and other stuff from the fraud. So we obviously we have blacklisted almost 70,000 plus WhatsApp accounts have been deleted by our own AI mechanisms, and this is again a continuous process. We will be working on this, but this is an issue.
Okay. Also, sir, we are talking about the telecom providers now. Elon Musk's Starlink is also, what we are told, is entering in India's market. How it will be different from the current telecom services, and how the government is looking forward to provide a network connectivity, satellite internet facility in various parts of the country, especially in urban pockets.
See, Starlink is significantly different from the terrestrial network. What it does is, it has a limited spectrum because of the limited satellites. So the speed of the connection is quite low compared to our terrestrial broadband.
Okay.
That's number 1. Second, because of the limited availability, it's quite expensive. Most people in rural areas and other areas may not be able to afford that. So, the real purpose of these satellites ones are, one, if you are in a rural areas and if you are an entrepreneur or if you can afford, you want a continuous quality service, you will be able to get that one. Second, it could add as a nice backup for you. But for all practical purposes, country like India, we have rural connectivity with fiber optic, almost to all Gram Panchayat except 40,000, which we are adding in BharatNet phase 3.
Okay.
We also have very good 4G and 5G coverage in most of the rural areas. So, majority of the times our existing networks should be able to connect all the rural areas. Wherever these networks cannot reach, that is where the Starlink would be helpful.
Okay.
Obviously, cost will be somewhat a barrier, but in any new technology that comes, the businesses will figure it out. Eventually they might bring all the metrics and the cost that's in the rest of the world, will bring it here, but they will figure it out. It may not be cost effective for the local customers. Then they will come up with the pricing models that suits the rural communities or our Indian communities. And then obviously they will adjust, and there are some innovative models where if you get long-term contract, the initial fee may be waived. So in that way they can create much more reach.
Do you foresee some sort of competition in the market when Starlink is launched?
Not really. Again, as I said, the speed of the terrestrial networks is much higher.
Which is existing?
Existing ones. All the, our 5G, our fiber is much faster than that one.
Okay.
Second, the cost would be much cheaper. If you look at the BSNL cost, it's 400 rupees. Whereas the Starlink one, the initial cost is 33,000 rupees. And then monthly it will be 3,000. So you are talking about more than 10 to 15 times expensive than the BSNL or other networks. So obviously the competition would be much less. Just to know the number, worldwide Starlink only has, as of yesterday, only 60 lakh connections worldwide.
Okay.
Worldwide. So in India, we only have more than 120 crore connections here.
Absolutely.
So there is no way it is a competition. It's just a complement.
So, but when can we expect this to roll out?
No, that's up to them, right? We have given our license, so whatever the infrastructure, whenever they have the infrastructure ready, they will be able to do it.
And also, sir, we spoke about digipin. Do you think that it is certainly going to be a huge revolution as far as connecting people via these addresses or digital addresses are concerned?
Yes, absolutely. See, digipin just launching within 1 month, we have 30 lakh customers using the digipin. So with that, and there is a lot of loss of revenue because of the non-standardization of the address, misdelivery of the goods and services. Absolutely, it's going to revolutionize.
Okay. So last question, I'll just find it up about the C-Dot, which is also under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Please explain this to us and how beneficial it would be.
See, if you look at our 4G in the BSNL, the entire 4G deployment is happening from indigenously developed 4G equipment that was done by our C-Dot, both core and now RAN, and then they will be developing 5G. So this is all possible because of the C-Dot work. Other than the 4G and 5G, we are also started working on 6G. The 6G government has given close to 250 crores to 111 organizations or startups to develop 6G technologies. All of this is being monitored by the C-Dot. And actually, we are reviewing from ministerial side, we are reviewing every month on how this 6G is coming. Not only the 6G, the quantum communication, that's another futuristic technology, is also being developed by C-Dot. So therefore, C-Dot is essential. In addition to these two, the entire security aspect of the nation is also being handled by the C-Dot. So C-Dot controls 3 or 4 major components when it comes to telecom infrastructure.
So last question, as we are winding up this interview, a couple of days back, we also saw what happened in Jammu and Kashmir, the Telecom terror attack, following which the government and armed forces under the leadership of PM Narendra Modi, we also saw as to how the Operation Sindoor was carried out. What was your first view when you heard about this brutal attack which took place in Belgaum?
That is something not describable for most people. Actually, couple of my cousins recently went to that area to visit that area. So even when they were explaining the whole thing, it's quite painful for most people. And the way our government, Modi ji, has responded, he took time, he listened to all sides of the story, he prepared the military effectively and took appropriate level of action. So I think not only military wise, whether it is economic, trade, curtailing the trade or the water mechanism, so long term pain that they can see. So hopefully they will understand the real value of India and what we can do. I think all in all our response was quite good.
But we are already seeing the politics taking place on this. We have few opposition leaders who are also asking, in fact they are saying that it was a chota operation, we have not achieved much. Rahul Gandhi was heard saying Narendra surrender. Being an ally in the government, what do you have to say on this?
See, I am a progressive person. I am somebody who looks for peace. For any kind of retaliation, it has to be appropriate retaliation. Our country is growing phenomenally well. Now we are the 4th largest economy. And a lot of people may want destruction. But this is where real leadership comes, who understands what our country, where our country should be heading. Our goal is not to destroy another country. Our goal is to grow by ourselves and be the leader in the world. And wars and destruction will not achieve that. So I think Modi ji understands all of these principles. And even in this war, there are a lot of things that came out, our defense equipment and everything, how the world has seen. Now there is a lot of inquiries to buy our defense equipment, even with this little bit of this.
Right.
So with the minimal damage, I think we have achieved quite a bit, and Pakistan and the rest of the world has also seen what India can do. That doesn't mean we have to show our fullest extent.
Thank you so much for talking to us. So MOS P. Chandra, who spoke at length on all the issues and addressed all the concerns those were there of people, and he has also elaborated about the work which his ministry has also done in the last 1 year. With video journalist Amit Badwara and Piyush Mishra in Delhi for New Delhi.